Hey everybody, Tyler Andrews here with PoE Texas. I'm the head Shifu on our team, and I'm going to be taking you through a demonstration of our PoE Calculator app you'll see right next door. So join me on this little tour and learn how to use this calculator app to save you time and save you money. Let's start by taking a quick look over the whole thing. You'll notice that this calculator app is now available for your phone at the App Store or on Google Play. So where you need it, online or in the App Store. So we're going to be taking a quick look at this tour on our online version. What you can see is that it's a pretty straightforward interface that will help you calculate what the line losses and your power budget needs to be for a PoE application. At the very top, it's really straightforward. You simply select your PoE standard. You have 4 options to choose from. You can go with a non-standard passive PoE solution, typical of Ubiquiti or MikroTik, and you could do the different voltage selections for that as well. You can also pick traditional PoE or 802.3 AF, PoE Plus or 802.3 AT, and PoE++, 4-pair PoE, otherwise known as 802.3 BT. I'm going to start with a simple demo on our PoE version, PoE standard. I'm also going to go with a Cat5e cable, but you can choose between Cat5e, Cat6, Cat7, or a low quality Cat5e cable if you're not really sure what kind of cable you have. Now, if you've got a very specific application, you can come to our online version and use this alternate ohms selection tool and just select the DCR off of the datasheet you're using for your cable. In this case, I'm going to go with Cat5e. Next, you can choose your supply voltage. We give a range of voltages from 12 volts all the way up to 56 volts. Traditional PoE, or 802.3 AF, AT, or BT standard must be between 44 and 56 volts. But the passive ones can run at 12 volts, 19 volts, or 24 volts. Now you may decide that you have a very specific application of 52 volts or 55 volts. You can use the alternate voltages here and input a specific value. In this case, I'm going to go with 56 volts. Now, in this case, I'm going with traditional PoE, so I should only be able to use up to 12.9 watts at the power device. You can put the power requirements in as a current draw or as wattage. You'll typically find the watt draw on your data sheet. In this case, I'm going to go with 10 watts. Make sure I get that in there. I'm going with 10 watts. And I'm going to go a distance of 225 feet. I'm doing feet because I'm in the US and I'm old school imperial like that. But you can use meters as well. You can also input multiple devices. In this case, I'm doing 2. What this will do is help you calculate your total budget for your switch based on the devices and the line losses. And then all you need to do is press calculate. So I've done my calculation here and I see that my total budget is 20.38 watts, which is pretty good, fairly efficient. And you can see that the current draw is 0.18 amps. And the voltage at the power device side is 54.95. So you really haven't lost much power there. Now, what would happen if we ran long? Normal data protocol limits you to 100 meters or 330 feet. In this case, the calculator will help you understand what would happen if you ran your PoE further than that 330 feet. It can't guarantee the data will get there, but I'll get to that in a second. So I'm going to take this up to 350 feet. Now it won't come up here because of where the pop-up window appears on the screen, but it appears at the very top and it indicates whether you should be okay with going more than 330 feet or whether you want to cancel and shorten the run. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. What you'll see is the results will show that the total power budget is 20.6 watts, and the PoE can easily travel at 350 feet, but data can't. How do you solve that? You can use one of our PoE extenders, which uses a little bit of PoE to extend your run. All you need to do is budget about 3 watts for each extender you use, and you can daisy chain them in a row. We have a blog in our blog link for more information on that if you'd like it. Now, I'm also going to step this up to a different standard. Let's go with PoE Plus. In this case, I'm going to set a pretty high power requirement. Let's say I've got something that is running 25, 26, 28 watts. Shouldn't happen, but occasionally it does. PoE Plus is only rated up to 25 watts at the power device. In this case, I'm going to go with 28 watts. Now, I'm going to make it a little bit harder too. I'm going to reduce the output volts of our device. It's rare to find a PSC that does PoE Plus at 48 volts, but you can do it. And I'm going to set the distance at 325 feet. Now, what we should find out is we get an alert here that the remote PD volts are below the PoE standard. What that means is if you set it up in this configuration, the power at the other end at the device will be below 44 volts, and you can't guarantee that it will have enough power to operate properly. It's a handy way to make sure that you save money and time before you go out in the field and do an installation. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this back to something more reasonable. Let's say 18 watts. And we get our device, we get our output here. Now, this is very useful, like I said, for speccing out what you need in advance. We also have a handy tool here at the bottom, a link that will take you to our PoE Texas compatible devices so you can find out what's compatible with the type of PoE you've selected. Now, you can try this out and play with this to look at passive PoE or PoE for 802.3bt. What you're going to find out is that the lower the voltage, the shorter the run you can take at a given power requirement. But I want to thank you very much for joining me on this demo today. Come by, visit the App Store, visit Google Play, or our website, and use this PoE calculator, which we've made free to all the customers and anybody who comes by. If you have any questions, you can reach us at poe.shifu, SHIFU, at poetexas.com. Thank you very much for your time. You have a great day.